what do we learn on October 7th and throughout this war about the actual state of the relationship between Israel and the United States?
Well, thank you very much, and thank you to Nadia and Yodit for your extraordinary work here today at this conference. I heard the Hebrew portion was a great success, and I hope the English one will continue in that vein. Listen, I'm wearing a pin here. It has the flags of the United States and Israel on it. And I'm an American citizen as well as an Israeli citizen, and I'm proud to be both. But I'm not proud, Alex, about how the United States government under this administration has been acting since October 7th and before. Indeed, during the entire time of the Biden administration since they took office on January 20th, 2021. It's been a disgrace. And I'll tell you what particularly bothers me is the extent to which many here in Israel have swallowed the American line, the line of the Biden administration about having Israel's back. You heard that from the President of the United States almost immediately after October 7th. He said, "We have Israel's back." And then they would say, "We will do everything we can to help Israel defend itself." Now, what it didn't say at that time, what the President didn't say is, "We want Israel to go in and finish Hamas." That's what the Prime Minister of Israel was saying. That was the government of Israel was saying. The President of the United States and his Secretary of State and the Secretary of Defense and the leaders of the Democratic Party were all saying, "Defend yourself." Okay, we'll help you defend yourself. And indeed, they sent us munitions that we desperately need because we gave up in response to another administration, the Obama administration, the ability to produce those munitions here in Israel. So we have, yeah. So one of the lessons we have to take, Alex, from the Gaza war is we've got to start producing those basic commodities, those weapons, now, okay? We not listen and not become dependent on the United States or anybody else to defend ourselves. But the other thing is, yesterday at you mentioned the Secretary's press conference. He started off and he gave this very nice statement about, well, what is happening, what Israel is doing in Gaza is not genocide. Okay, great, not genocide. But immediately after that, he says, you've got to put the Palestinian Authority back in charge of Gaza the day after the war stops. Now, what is... that's absolute insanity, okay? We've seen exactly what Palestinian rule does. Gaza was, for all intents and purposes, Eugene, an independent state. Right? It had a military, it had a foreign relations, it had international economic ties. It was a state. I'll tell you something else. Back in the 90s, I represented the U.S. government in the Clinton administration helping to build projects in Gaza. So I was in Gaza literally every day for months. And we actually thought at that time that if Gaza, which had a free and opportunity to rebuild its economy, could do so, it would become the Singapore of the Middle East. We really thought that. But it became very clear from the very beginning. You go to the offices of the ministers, you talk to the people from the custodian in the school to the minister of education or the prime minister there. They all had one goal in mind, and that was the destruction of the state of Israel. So they blew it. So anyway, yesterday Lincoln came up and he said, build a Palestinian state, increase humanitarian aid to Gaza. This is an embarrassment. This is a slap in the face of the Israeli people. And I think we in Israel need to understand this, that the United States is a friend, but this administration has another agenda, and it's not for us. Thanks.